Hi, in this video we will have a look at Microsoft Power Automate community forum thread. So this thread is already solved. I had a couple of queries with the user here, FemK1. What I found out here is from the solved thread, you can see a couple of if conditions doing, and then each if conditions you're doing an update. So that means it's the same update with the same ID, but these values will be different with the multiple if conditions. So what I suggested is you could do this in one update statement. So collecting all these values pre-hand and then passing the values afterwards. So let's see how can we solve this. So the plan is I need to create a loop, something like this here. Okay, so I don't have the full scenario of creating the loop. So what I found out is I can see user doing here get user profile. I believe that's an email ID or something is passing here, and then iterating it, then putting that if statement, then updating the list item. So for that, what I'm doing here is I added a compose action step. I put two email address here, and I'm doing the split expression here. You can see that's a split expression I'm doing. That means I can iterate it. So the next action step, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the apply to each. Okay, so inside the apply to each, use the Office 365 connector and use get. So what's that called? Get user profile. There we go, get user profile version 2 here. And then here the principal name or the ID. So here I'm going to pass the split action step which I got. So that means this will create an array, and I'm going to iterate it in the next statement here under the get user profile. So for that, I'm going to use the function called item that will give me the first email address. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a compose here. Again, I just want to see how the value is going to come up. Okay, under the compose, go to the dynamic properties, and you can see all the values are coming up here. So let's put the display name then, or the ID. Just take the ID then. Here we go. Right, let's save this. So demo, just call it demo this. Okay. Oh, I got an error. Apply to each, select output from the previous step is required. Okay, so go back to the apply to each. Okay, that is coming from my compose one, the split statement. That is an array then. So that's action step I need to use, compose one output. Okay, let's save this. And next I'm going to run the flow now and make sure everything is working so far. So here it is. It ran 2 times, and the apply to each ran 2 times. So you can see here that's the first ID. If I click on the next, I got the second ID of that email address which I provided for the users, these two. So so how can we update? Suppose I'm going to update these two IDs afterwards, like the user did here in the screenshot here, like this update list item. So what I could do here is I'm going to declare an array outside this loop. So outside the apply to each, just above that, I'm going to add an action step called array. So call it as a variable then. Variable. There it is. And then what I could do then here is I'm added the compose action step, which I'm going to delete now. I don't need this anymore. So this is a new user interface I'm using, so I'm not quite used with that. Okay, deleted that. Next action step I'm going to do here is append an array then. Append array. Append to array variable. Here it is. Yeah. And then here what I could do is I can map the variable name. Oh, I didn't name my, did I name my, oh sorry, I messed up this. Let me select this, delete this action step. I want to call that as a variable actually, not append to array there. So variable array. Okay, variable, initialize variable, that's what I want. See more. Here we go, initialize variable, that's what I want. Yeah, and call this user profile IDs. Okay, that's what I'm profile ID, that's what I'm going to collect. Then append to array, I can go and select that variable name now. Why can't I select it? That's strange. Let me delete and re-add again. It could be the new, the new interface is not seeing that. So again, add an action step. Okay, then append to array variable. I can't select it for some reason. Let me see then this. I don't know whether it's going to solve or not. Get the ID. I'm going to map the ID there. I'm supposed to select this. Name required. Yeah, but I want to select it. I can't. I think it's a bug. Okay, let me delete this so that I can save the flow now. Then change back to the older view then, the traditional view. Let's see, switch to Classic Designer. Here we go. That might do the job then. Right, apply to each. For some reason I quite like this one actually. Okay, append to array. Right. It's a Boolean field. Sorry, that was not a bug then. So it's an array type. Yeah, here we go. I can see now. So that's a user profile. I'm passing as item. Remember, I typed this expression as item here. Yeah. Okay, that's that. Then here I'm going to pass the ID. Then ID. Here it is. So once the loop gets executed, I got everything inside the array, the related user's ID then. So now outside the apply to each, I'm going to, if I want to do an update statement, which I don't have at the moment. So I'm going to use a compose and show you that how to get those values then. So here what I could do is I could map the variable. See that variable here, user profile ID. So what I could do is I could go to the peak code here, copy that, click done, and go to the expression, type question mark and put 0 then. That's the first one. That's the first, the value which we want to map. Here we go. That's the first value. And so this is similar like in your update statement. You can just place this actually against that 0 and then copy the same thing, same expression, paste it, go and change the index and that's all it is. So change this to 1 then. That's the second value. Update. There we go. That's 1. This is 0 then. Put question mark. So that means it won't force to check the value. If it question mark means it is optional. If the value is not there, it's fine also. That if because the index is not there, it won't complain about it. That's the reason you're putting question mark as an optional. Okay. So try to run this again. Okay, let's see. Here it is. So you can see here first array variable we got starting with 7A1, the next one starting with ADC. So if I go to the compose to outside the loop, this is outside the loop now. See, I got 7A1 and then I have got ADC2. So that means this update list item you can put outside the apply to each and map in this similar principle which I shown you, like the index. So declare the array variable, then with the index you need to specify with question mark 0, question mark 1, so that you can avoid multiple updates here. you should be able to do in one update. And that's what this video is about. Thank you for watching.